All right, good evening, friends. You will need just a strap for class today, and that could also be, I like to use a belt from a dress that I have. It could be a regular belt, it doesn't have to be a yoga strap. And if you have the playlist, go ahead and tap on that first song in three, two, one, go. So, with your yoga strap, we'll just begin seated. And you can sit on your feet, you can sit crisscross applesauce, whatever feels more comfortable for your body. And then you'll take the yoga strap and just bring it into both of your hands, a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. And as we begin to move here, you may or may not need to slide your hands out wider. You usually need to slide it out wider, especially for the first round. But to begin with, just hold onto the strap above your head. And I invite you to notice the expansiveness around your rib cage when the arms are lifted up like this. And to just explore this idea of your breath moving in every single direction from the center of your torso into the space of your mid and lower back, into the abdomen, especially the lower part of the abdomen. So pelvic floor moves the same way that your diaphragm moves. The two work together. And then bring your hands a teeny bit further back in space. And here's where you might need to begin letting the hands slide a little further apart. No pinching in the shoulders. And then just continue to breathe here. Lengthen your tailbone down toward the ground. And just breathe into the back side of your body, bringing awareness there. Lower your hands a teeny bit more. Again, I just slid mine a little bit further out on the strap. Tailbone re-lengthens down. It loves to start to lift to help your shoulders find mobility here instead of deepening into the stretch. Tailbone down, core gently activates. And then with your next exhale, bring your arms a little more parallel to the floor. Breathe in here and breathe out. Lower your hands all the way to the ground behind you. And then breathe and lift your arms all the way up and overhead. And then cinch in the core, tuck your chin into your chest and begin to round your spine like cat pose as you bring the strap toward your legs. Inhale, lift all the way back up. And exhale, full length of the exhale, slowly lower your arms back behind you again. Tailbone down. Inhale, arms lift right back up. Exhale, chin begins to tuck in as you round forward. Reach your hands forward, spreading the scapula apart. Inhale, reach right back up and over one last time, back behind you. And then this time, as your arms go up, you need to scoot your hands a little closer together. You'll see. Bend your right elbow and bring your left hand back behind you. I usually need to shorten it quite a bit for this one. Reach your right elbow up toward the ceiling. Even relax your head against your arm here. Just breathe. Left shoulder rolls back. Sometimes I like to even gently press my head against my right arm a little bit. And then both arms reach up. Opposite side. Right hand down and back as the left elbow bends. You can see I automatically love to arch my back. Lengthen the tailbone down. Reach up through the left elbow. thumb rotates outward. Help externally rotate the shoulder. Breathe in. And then breathe out. Both arms back up. Bring the strap around the back of your head. Both hands hold the strap in front of you. Again, weight the tailbone downward and just gently press your head back, straight back in space. So your chin starts to tuck in closely. Just breathe here for a moment. You can choose kind of how much pressure to create between the band and your head. It doesn't have to be a lot to find a little subtle stretch around the back of the neck, and maybe even upper back and shoulders will be felt here a little bit too. And then go ahead and release the strap down to the ground and make your way up to standing to Tadasana, mountain pose. Palms rotate the face forward. And then just turn your head and look to the right and tilt your chin or your ear a little closer to the shoulder and really rotate the left palm all the way outward. Bring your head back to the middle, lean it over to the other side, chin or ear toward the left shoulder, and then rotate your right palm as far outward as it will go. And then bring your head back to center. Breathe in, begin to lift both of your arms all the way up. Up through the fingertips, cinch in the core, pick your right foot up off the mat. Bend your left knee, cross the right leg over the left, and the left knee might have this desire to cave in a little bit here, but keep pressing the left knee to the left so it presses into your shin. Both arms reach forward, and then your right arm goes underneath the left. Bend your elbows, and either bring your palms together or press the backs of your hands into one another. If your shoulders feel too tight, hands onto the shoulders works really well. Just two. Shins press together. Left knee dials out, pushes into that right leg. Reach your elbows forward and breathe into the space of your upper back as you cinch your core. Inhale, elbows begin to lift. Just a little, doesn't have to go far. You can always kickstand your right toes to the ground. Exhale, really cinch in the core as you bring your elbows down toward your legs. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, elbows back down toward your legs. And then begin to unwind your arms and then the leg. Bring your hands to your knees. Right leg reaches back behind you. And then press your hands onto your legs. Tuck your chin in toward your throat, reach the crown of your head forward. More halfway lift style. And then get that right leg up high. Breathe in here. Shoulders draw away from your ears. And then exhale, bend the left knee. Big step back with the right foot. Land the right knee down to the ground. Right hand goes off to the side. Left foot, heel toes out to the left, the little toes point out to the left. Bend your right knee. Reach back for your foot with your left hand. Magnetize your legs toward one another. Breathe in. It's as if you're pressing up through that right heel. Release your foot down to the ground. Tuck your back toes under. And heel toe that left foot back in a little bit as you lift your back knee. Cinch in the core. Pick your hands up, bring them together at your heart. Draw the shoulders away from the ground. Squeeze your core, rotate just your torso, not the hips, to the left. And bring your right elbow down to the knee without putting a ton of weight on it. Steady breath. Option to keep the arms as they are or to open them up wide. Left hand up, right hand down. And really squeeze your core in. Plant the right heel down for triangle pose or revolved triangle. And begin to straighten into the left leg by pulling your left hip back in space. Right hand to the outside of that left knee. Squeeze the core. Maybe look up and back toward that left hand. Should be feeling the left side work pretty firmly here. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then lift your right arm up, reach it forward. And we get to slowly lift the right hand up, left hand down. Open the arms all the way out into warrior two as you bend the left knee. Cinch in the core. Steady breath. Roll up onto the tiptoes of your back foot. Both hands down to the ground. Pick your left foot up. Hug it in close to your chest. Press the ground away from you. Lift that left leg all the way up and back. Cinch in the core, lower one or both elbows down to the ground at the same time. Exhale, left knee toward your left arm. Squeeze your elbows towards one another. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, left knee into your chest. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, last time, knee into chest. Inhale, up and back. Plant the left foot down to the ground. Tiptoe your toes back, plank pose. Squeeze your butt, your core. Elbows magnetize toward one another. Breathe in. With your core and your butt still really active, lower your hips down onto the mat. If you need to walk your elbows forward a little bit, do so. And your core should be active enough here that it feels like your pubic bone is pressing into the mat. Breathe in. And then exhale. As your elbows press down into the ground, tuck your chin in toward your chest. And then once there's no more room to tuck your chin in, begin to really activate the core and lift your ribs and then your hips away from the mat. Knees stay down. Inhale slowly, unfurl. Your chin untucks last. Look forward, breathe in. And one more time, chin tucks first. All the way in. The elbows press down. And then squeeze your core, ribs start to lift away from the mat. And then hips. Chin unfurls last as you lower back down. And then slide your hands back. Press up through plank pose and then to down dog. Breathe in, look forward. Exhale, step or hop. Breathe in, halfway lift up. Exhale, forward fold. Rise up, arms lift. Exhale, hands together at your heart. Left leg lifts up. Arms reach forward. Cross that left knee over the right as you bend your right knee. Press the right knee into your left leg. Cinch in the core. Left arm goes under the right arm. And bend the elbows, hands together or to shoulders, you choose. Breathe here. One more full breath. Lift the elbows, begin to lift the elbows up. And as you exhale, elbows slowly round down towards your legs. Inhale, lift right back up. Exhale, elbows lower. Again, you can always kickstand your toes to the ground like I am right now. Inhale, lift right back up. And this last time, round forward. And then begin to unwind the arms and the legs. Hands come to your knee. Left leg reaches back behind you. Press your hands into your knee. Shoulders out of the ears and away from the ground. Halfway lift style, long spine. And lift that left leg high. Breathe in. And then exhale, big step back with that foot. Left hand and left knee down to the ground. Heel toe your right foot out to the side. Bend your left knee. Squeeze your heel in close. Doesn't matter if hand and foot touch. Magnetize your legs toward one another. And if your rib cage is flaring apart, cinch in the core a little bit more. And allow for fluctuations to happen. Allow for your practice to look different today than it did yesterday or even 2 weeks ago. Progress is not a linear thing, and the point more is to just settle into each of these shapes as you are today. Slowly release that back foot. Heel toe your right foot back in. Tuck the back toes under, lift up the knee. Bring your hands together at your heart. Keep that right knee bent. Pelvis stays square. Core squeezes to help rotate just your torso to the right. Left heel presses straight back. And maybe the elbow latch happens here. But don't dump your weight onto that elbow. Get your core to hold you up. And then arms open out wide. Breathe in. Breathe out. Slowly begin to plant that left heel down. Maybe a little more quick. Slide your hand up to your knee as you pull your right hip back in space. Revolve triangle. Right side shortens, ribs move closer to the hip with the strength of your core activating here. Breathe in, press your knee into your hand, and then exhale. Open all the way up into your warrior two. And then both hands down to the ground. Roll up onto the tiptoes of the back foot. Step your right leg all the way up and back. Three-legged down dog. Both elbows down to the mat. Breathe in. Exhale. Knee toward armpit. Inhale up and back. Exhale, knee into chest. Breathe in. Up and back. Last one. Exhale. Knee into chest. And then step back. Maybe even tiptoe back a little further. Plank pose. Forearm plank pose. Magnetize your elbows. Grip the mat with your fingertips. Squeeze your butt. Heart reaches forward. And then slowly lower your hips all the way down. Sphinx pose. Breathe here. Chin tucks in instead of reaching forward and relaxing into the neck and shoulders. Press your elbows down into the ground. Chin tucks first. Then everything rounds, hips and ribs lift away from the mat. Inhale right back down. Exhale. You know the drill. Feel the flow of your spine, the movement of the front body support here. Let's do 2 more of these. And then after that last one, hands slide back by your ribs, tuck your toes, press up through plank pose first, then down dog. Make your way back to the top of the mat. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, forward fold over the legs. Inhale, rise up, arms lift. Exhale, palms to your heart. Inhale, right leg, both arms up. And then arms forward, right elbow underneath the left. Cross the legs. Pay attention to that left knee. We don't want it to cave in. Breathe in, elbows lift. Exhale, elbows down toward your leg. Unwind the arms, the right leg, hands to your knee. Standing splits or standing leg lift. Hands press into your shin, crown of the head reaches forward. And then big step back. Back knee down, left foot heel toes out to the side. Anjayasana, left hand to your right foot as you bend that right leg. Roll the right shoulder back. Breathe in. And then exhale. Release your foot, heel till that left foot back in. Both hands into your chest as you pick the back knee up. Cinch in the core. Pelvis stays rooted where it is. Rotate your torso to the left. Open the arms wide. Left arm up, right hand down. Press the back of your right hand into your knee. Press your knee into your hand. Slowly plant that right heel down to the mat. Pull your left hip back in space. Revolve triangle pose. And release the arms. Float open, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, both hands down to the mat. Step back, plank pose. Regular vinyasa here. Lower down to the ground. Inhale, baby cobra. Reach up through your elbows. Exhale, down dog. Tiptoe, step by step, all the way back to the top of your mat. Breathe in, halfway lift up. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, arms lift up. Exhale, palms to your heart. Left leg lifts, both arms lift. And then left arm goes under the right as you cross that left leg over the right. Bend your knees, sit back. Eagle pose. Breathe in, elbows lift up. And exhale, elbows move down toward the legs. And then begin to unwind. Hands to your knee, left leg lifts up and back. Flex that left foot. Keep the right knee dialing out as you grip the mat with the big toe. Chin tucks in. Shoulders away from the ears and the ground. And a big step back. Left hand down to the mat. Same with the knee. Right foot heel toes out to the side. And then right hand back for that left foot. Anjayasana. You can even roll up onto the pinky toe side of your foot and let that hip open. Full breath. Unwind. As you pick that back leg up, both hands come to your heart. If your chest is rounded forward at all, I just used the wall. Lift your heart up, shoulders drop back. Bend that right knee, cinch in the waist. Rotate your torso to the right. And instead of latching the elbow, just hover for a moment here. Open the arms out wide, hand to the outside of your knee. Press your knee into your hand. And then right hip pulls back in space as your left heel plants down. Revolve triangle. Shorten that right side ribs closer to hip. Breathe in. And then slowly unwind the arms. Warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale. Hands down. Step back. Down dog. Lower both knees down to the ground. Untuck the toes. Hips sit back. Child's pose. Option to bend your elbows and then place your hands together behind your upper back. With the contact, the pressure from your body to the mat, your forehead, your elbows, your legs. The way your breath feels in this shape where we're a little more folded up. And then under the arms, round all the way back into cat pose. Tuck your toes under. Begin to move toward cow pose with the core active as you lift your hips up and back, down dog. Lift up high onto your tiptoes and then settle both heels down to the left. Equally press your hands into the mat. Shoulders should be bearing even pressure here. And then hands back up, or heels back up, lower them to the other side. If you ever feel the need to wiggle and shift, do it. Back up onto the tiptoes. Make your way all the way to the top of the mat. Breathe in halfway up. Exhale, fold forward. Breathe in, rise up, arms lift up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Right foot, just step it back. Plant your heel down, warrior two style. Hips are already open here for half moon pose. Cinch in the core. And we want this left leg to be really stable. So grip the mat with the big toe. Left knee dials out. Arms reach out wide. Reach that left hand way forward. Get up onto the tiptoes of your right foot. Keep that left knee dialing out. Cinch in the core. Scoot your foot in a little bit more. And then right foot lifts. But everything stays open and rotated to the right as your left knee actively dials to the left to help keep the hips stable and open. Hands can be on your shin, on the ground, on a piece of furniture, whatever you like. Right ribs move closer to the right hip. Breathe in. And then exhale, step right back into your warrior two. Parallel both your feet. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, arms reach right back out. Rotate your right foot toward the back of your mat, bend the knee, warrior two. Cinch in the core, focus on that right leg, your outer hip squeezing as you grip the mat with the big toe. Dial your right knee out to the right. The inner thigh should be a little active here too. And then you can heel toe that back foot in a little bit. Get up onto the tiptoes. Focus your eyes on the floor, one spot, not moving. And then tilt forward. Lift that left foot up as you keep the right leg, right knee dialing out to the right. Hands can come to your shin, your right hand to the ground, piece of furniture. Press out through the left heel. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Left ribs move closer to the left hip. Right leg is my wobbly one. And then step back, warrior two. Parallel your feet. Inhale, open the arms out wide. Exhale, forward, fold. Option to crawl your hands way forward. Let the hips lean back. Option to clasp your hands together behind you and gently, don't push hard into this and keep the elbows softly bent. Let the hands relax toward the ground behind you. If you have a headstand practice that you want to take from here, you're welcome to explore that. And then make your way onto your buns. And from there, onto your back, supine. Separate your feet about the mat's width apart. Place your arms wherever you'd like. And then just lower both legs, both knees, over to the right side. Notice your breathing rhythm or your whole body really as you slow back down. Perhaps you notice the different sounds in your space, from music to birds outside, sounds that are closer, ones that are a little further away. How y'all kind of paint a spatial picture for us of where we're at, how we feel in regards to those sounds. Bring the knees back to center. And then over to the other side. Hands can be on your stomach, under your head, reaching out to the side. Knees move back to center. And just for a moment, the right leg, right ankle crosses over the left thigh. Pick your legs up away from the ground, however much you need or don't need, to just find a gentle stretch in that outer right hip. You rock a little bit from side to side. Your hands are underneath your head. You can give yourself a little bit of a neck massage here. And then unwind the legs. Do the opposite side. Left ankle over right thigh. Again, pick the legs up off the ground just a little ways. Your choice to just be still with it or to create a little movement by rocking side to side. And then unwind the legs. Stretch arms and legs out long. You can keep your hands underneath your head, or you can stretch them out into a big star shape. Arms reach out wide and up overhead. Legs are a little wider than normal too. Or you can take just a regular Shavasana. It's up to you. And I invite you to simply be here. Thoughts, emotions, physical feelings within the muscles or your guts, all of it. All of you is welcome. And then take a deep breath in. Bring your arms and your legs back together and find a full body stretch as you're ready. And then from there, going off to one side, and using that to help you back up to seated. Thank you, friends, so much for joining me this evening. The light in me honors the same divine light in each of you. Namaste.